Hello everyone, I am Nancy Fazal welcoming you all to this presentation on paper titled OpenStreetMap for Content Creation in Location-Based Games. It is based on the research carried out on our in-house location-based game called OMOPSI. My fellow authors are Dr. Radu Mariescu Istrador and Professor Pasi Franti. We are from School of Computing at University of Eastern Finland. Let's start with a brief introduction of location-based games. Location-based games have been around since 2000 when accurate positioning receivers were added to the smartphones. Since then, they have merged the game space with real life. However, they received enormous popularity with the launch of Pokemon Go in 2016. They make the players move around the real world to perform actions that may relate to their physical location or interact with other players. They have also been identified as a potential platform for learning, social interaction, and sightseeing besides the physical movement. Location-based games are often difficult to create, grow, and maintain over long periods of time. The design and development of these games are not trivial tasks either, due to their pervasive nature and global deployment issues. One problematic factor for these games is content creation. The reason is that it requires visiting outdoor, collecting game content, and attaching digital content to real-world places, which is not an easy task. Even players of widely separate games like Pokemon Go and Ingress complain about lack of locations, despite of their financial and community support. Issues like game design talk about the safety of the player while playing. Hardware limitations are often difficult to overcome. They deal with the issues like loss of GPS signals inside buildings, forests, and unavailability of data connection. Players' fitness and pace deals with providing balanced gaming experience to all the players. In this presentation, we will only talk about content creation under OMOPSI as our case study. Let's have a brief introduction of OMOPSI. OMOPSI is an orienteering game played in an outdoor environment. It was developed by the Machine Learning Group at University of Eastern Finland. The goal is to find real-world targets using a smartphone and positioning receiver. Each target is a real item such as a statue, restaurant, bridge, and contain its name, location, and a representative image. Targets and user locations are shown on the map. To complete a game scenario, the player needs to visit all the targets in a free order. However, to win a game, player has to be faster than others and find best route between the targets. Besides physical movement, OSM considers three other motivational aspects, such as competition, because it allows players to choose from free order of targets while being faster than others, so it motivates people with competitive nature. Secondly, sightseeing, because OMOPSI targets can be attractions in a park, thematic tours in city, or just favorite places in game creator hometown. Finally, educational games. It has been observed that students perform well in game-based learning than traditional classroom teaching. Thus, instead of just reaching a target, children can be given educational tasks to complete at each target. The biggest challenge we have in OMOPSI is content creation. People who have downloaded OMOPSI do not find games in their area to play. We have different content sources but with different limitations, thus still hindering the overall goal of deploying OMOPSI worldwide. Crowdsourced images contributed to the MOPSI database are limited to selected areas in Finland and few other European countries. We next studied WebCrawler with the aim of exploiting web to collect geotagged images worldwide. However, less than 1% of the images found had location information. Sources like geotagged image dataset and social media services APIs have had their own issues, like aging of a dataset, image quality, and various APIs restriction. In this paper, now we target OpenStreetMap as content creation source for OMOPSI and any treasure hunt location based game in general. So let's first see why we chose OSM. OSM is a free editable map of the whole world. It has millions of volunteers frequently uploading and updating data from weekly to daily, hourly or even minutely basis. The main benefit of OSM is that it provides free data to everyone without any geographical or technical restriction. For any point of interest, it further provides location, short textual description, but does not store an image, which is well needed by OMOPSI and any treasure hunt or location-based tourism application. So, what is the solution? We propose that most of the time, POIs have a web link which may contain an image referring to the POI itself. Thus, let's dive into the methodology and results. Our method uses a bounding box as an input. In the first step, we query all the OSM amenities in a given region. Next, we filter the amenities having a website. For these amenities, OSM provide title, location, and a website which will be later used to extract an image. All the fetched amenities are now considered as candidates. Next, for each candidate, we extract an image from given website. If the website is a Wikipedia page or some other service with systematic formatting, it is quite easy to implement automatic extraction. Wikipedia even offers API for doing this. But if the website points to a personal web page, the process can be more difficult. Automatic image extraction methods exist, for example, WebIMA and WebCrawler, which are our own in-house applications, but the quality of output varies significantly, and in the case of OMOPSI, the quality of image is very important. For example, let's have a look at these two images first. Both are from same website and represent the location Taito Korteli. Image on left is taken outdoor and is useful as an OMOPSI target. However, image on right was taken indoor, where OMOPSI players are not expected to go. Doing such a decision automatically is not trivial. Therefore, we perform manual inspection at this stage. To assess the quality of images, we first load them using a custom-built tool that allowed reviewers to mark down which images are taken outdoor, that is, representing the actual location, and which ones are indoor. Two reviewers who reside in Joensuu volunteered for this purpose because they are quite familiar with the city and its amenities. But whenever there was a difference of opinion, they reach a common decision. On success, the extracted images are added to the output list and process continue with the next candidate. We next present the overall summary of data collected. From the total of 330 web links provided by OSM, 310 are still working, so it ensures the continuous update of OSM data. From working web links, 67.3% of the time they were indoor images, while 21.1% of the time outdoor images or images at actual location were present, which is an ideal case for OMOPSI. However, indoor images can also be used to give a general idea to what kind of service player is looking for. On average, we conclude there are 6.3 images per website. We did this investigation only in the city of Joensuu, Finland, but we expect our results to generalize to other cities of Finland as well as a certain extent in cities of similar size of Europe. We next analyze the distribution of OSM data in different parts of the world. We extracted amenities in two cities, the first and 10th largest of different countries in Europe and Asia. We conclude here that amenities and population size correlate, whereas large cities had 20 times more amenities and 22 times more population than the smaller cities. Results also showed that Europe had 206 amenities per 100,000 people, whereas Helsinki has the highest and Bucharest has the lowest number of amenities per 100,000 people. The city of Berlin, though, had the large number of amenities. In Asia, number of amenities is again 20 times higher in larger cities except Karachi, where Quetta had almost negligible number of amenities. However, amenities per 100,000 people is only 5. This means that amenity database is greatly underrepresented in Asia with 14 times more data in Europe. Next, we inspect the content density of 6 different OMOPSI games that were created by the game admins with the content retrieved from OSM and a popular photo sharing website called Flickr. We observed that neither OSM nor Flickr had enough targets, even no targets in games like Yokiyashima and Kontiolahti. Number of targets used in OMOPSI are bigger than what actually found in all cases, except game called Kopio, where OSM has enough while Flickr just reaches the threshold. We further see that on average OSM find 18 targets and Flickr found 11 per gaming region. So we can say that OSM achieved 28% from the desired and Flickr achieved 17%. It has also been observed that OSM and Flickr perform well in downtown areas, for example in game Kopio, in comparison to the gaming regions that are rural or suburban areas. We can also see that Flickr has a large number of images in most of the cases that are quite enough to generate enough targets for a game, but their usability is quite low. Hence, they were discarded. Here are some examples that comprise the largest ratio of total images collected from Flickr and ultimately not found useful. Images of people, food, animal, or other objects that are not any permanent landmark, or images that are taken from a far distance to the actual object are not suitable as OMOPSI targets. In the end, we conclude our talk by finding that OSM data is better in downtown areas as compared to the rural or suburban areas. There were 3 times more indoor images than outdoor or images at actual location. In Asia, OSM data is greatly underrepresented with 14 times more data in Europe. Lastly, OSM has outperformed our previously studied methods. Thank you so much for listening.